reminded me of something. When I worked for TV Guide, my job was a field producer. So I would sometimes, if there was a big talent, I would travel with a celebrity interviewer. Otherwise, it was just me and a cameraman and a sound guy. And one time, Paul McCartney was doing an event with his wife at the time, who was Heather Mills. I don't know if I remember her. But her big charity was a landmine thing, because she had one leg, if everybody recalls. So they were having this big event, and I said, I have to go. I have to go. So such a big celebrity, they had to bring a correspondent, this girl named Madison Michelle, who didn't even know who the fucking the Beatles were. I went, oh, God damn it. So I had prepped. I had the White, had anybody ever bought the White Album? Now, if you had the White Album, you know when you open it up, there was 4 8x10s of the Beatles, right? There's a big sheet and all the lyrics on it, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm bringing my 8x10 Paul McCartney photo to the red carpet, and I'm gonna get him to sign it, and I'm gonna be as cool as fucking shit, right? So I'm standing there with my talent, and we're waiting, and I'm telling the other correspondents, the other producers, I'm like, oh my God, look what I brought. And I only got a black Sharpie. And if you remember that 8x10, it was very dark. And one of the other correspondents said, I've got a silver Sharpie, and handed it to me, like really obviously. And just then, the producers for Paul McCartney came over to me and said, if you ask him to sign that fucking picture, we're off this line. God damn it! Anyway. I ended up just asking Heather Mills where she gets her legs. Ends up, she loved that question because she literally has a leg for every pair of shoes she has. She was wearing high heels that night with red toenail polish that matched her real leg. Okay, so anyway, I've always been a lover. I'm going to start my story now. I've always been a lover of live music. Ever since, you know how other girls, teenagers, they get their first job, they're wearing makeup and clothes. Not me. When I first got my job, I would buy concert tickets. I went to every concert in town. If I couldn't afford the ticket, I made sure I had a boyfriend that could. So I went to every concert. In fact, my first concert, don't know if you remember this band, Foghat. Yeah. Slow ride, take it easy. Right? I'll tell you how long I've been going to concerts. I saw Elton John when he was straight. That's a long time. Okay. Had no idea. He came on stage on the shoulders of a 7-foot black man, with a cape to the floor. But we were like, oh, what a man. Wish he was fuck him. Anyway, and once, I loved rock bands so much, I kept calling into this radio station, I live in San Diego, for an event where you could ride in a limo with Pete Townsend. What? I won it! What? I was so fucking excited. I was gonna ride, supposedly, from the radio station to this theater where he was giving some speech. Anyway, ends up, no. They drove the limo behind the theater. Me and my girlfriend got in, and we went like 100 feet with Pete Townsend. That was it. And he sat back and said one word to us, drinking out of a bottle of Jack Daniels. Anyway, so I love concerts. And when I had 2 daughters, very excited to find out that they loved live music too. And I was really thrilled when I found out my daughter's favorite band was Hanson. Who knows who Hanson is? Okay, so Hanson was the favorite band, and I was thrilled because Hanson can play and write their own music. That's what set them apart from the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. They were actually talented. Now, if you don't know, Hanson consisted of 3 brothers. Zach, the young, cute one, played the drums. Taylor, the one that looked like a girl that all lesbians fell in love with, played keyboard. And Isaac, the ugly old brother. Now, he was fine. I don't mean that Isaac. Okay. So anyway, they were playing at the Hollywood Bowl. And I was like, I'm taking my daughter. She's going to go see her first concert. She's going to see Hanson. Oh, my God. So she got her best friend and the moms, and we're going to go to Hanson. So my daughters and her friend got all dressed up. They got their limited 2 t-shirts on, pink with the bedazzled, naughty and nice. Side pony, all excited. All the girls had their posters and were walking up to the Hollywood Bowl. a sea of mothers with their young daughters. And I'm walking up to the Hollywood Bowl, and I see this man coming towards me, the opposite way of everybody. And I look, and I recognize him, and his name is Larry Melrose Green. Now, if you don't know who that is, he was known for being wacky, and he was in the Howard Stern Whack Pack. And the reason he got the name Melrose is because he got $1 million from his mother, an inheritance, and every day he would stand on Melrose Avenue with a sign saying, "Listen to Howard Stern." And I saw him. He also ran a comedy show at the Improv. I go, "Larry, what are you doing here?" And he goes, "Oh, Howard's trying to hook me up." And he said, "If I buy a ticket for Hanson, there's going to be a lot of hot moms." "You actually think you're going to score?" So he goes, I said, "So?" And he goes, "Well, I got 2 tickets in the second row." I said, "You fucking think a mother's going to leave her 10-year-old daughter alone to sit with you in the second row? You're high." I said, "Why don't you just give me both the tickets?" He said, "No, I'm going to really try." And then off he went. Okay, so the concert's going on. It's great. Hanson's there. They're all in front. There's Zach and Taylor and Isaac. And behind them is a black drape with a whole other band behind him. You got the drums, you had horns. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Please ignore the band behind Hanson. Just listen to Bob. So my daughter's holding their sign and they're dancing and the concert's great. And all of a sudden, about right there where she's sitting, I see a mom and she keeps turning around and looking at me. She's tisking. And she's like, I'm like, "What the hell?" She goes, "This sign." Now, do you want to see the sign that my daughter was holding that got this woman's panties in a bunch? This is it. Hanson are sexy. Finally, I go, "Bitch, what's your problem?" She goes, "Hanson is sexy." She's not mad at 10-year-old girls sexy. She's mad at the grammar. I'm like, "Bitch, are and is. If it's are, if it's a plural, and it's is if it's a singular, and Hanson big 3 brothers are are. Hanson are sexy. Am I right, people?" And I guess everybody is sexy too. So get the fuck away from me before I bop you in the head. And that's it. And unfortunately, none of us ever made out with any of Hanson. So I'm sorry. No one made out in my story.